Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes, tamu sana. Earlier today, we did release a video about a possible meeting between Raila Amolo Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka, Wetangula, and also Mudavadi and Gideon Moi. Then later in the day, we saw Raila Amolo Odinga in Mombasa, under the invitation of Mombasa Governor Ali Hassan Joho. Joho was launching a hospital there, and he felt it was necessary for Raila to be part and parcel of that launch. And then during that time, Raila gave out a speech that I want us to really look into details and dissect that speech and see exactly what really Raila meant. And before we do that, if you've just bumped on this YouTube channel for the very first time, tap on the subscription button and also on the notification bell to receive a notification anytime we upload a new video. In this YouTube channel, we do a daily political analysis on current and latest political news and events. I also implore upon you to kindly give this video a like. Give it a like, please. Thank you. Now, I want you to listen to this speech by Raila Amolo Odinga.
Nilitangaza. Lakini wengine wanasema ati hawawezi kuniunga mkono. Mimi si nimeuliza wewe uniunge mkono? Mimi sijatangaza. Bado wanaanza kutetemeka. Naanza kubweka. Subiri bwana, mambo bado. Sisi tunaangalia kwanza mambo ya bibi mahakama ilitupeleka BBI kwa half time. Rege ijasimama, rege imeenda kwa half time. Sivyo? Endelee. Nobody can stop reggae.
Asante baba. So kwa niaba.
From that speech, it's very clear that Raila Amolo Odinga was responding to Kalonzo Musyoka. And that's kind of a genius kind of politics. You know, Raila, by saying that he has not yet declared that he is in the race, he's just trying to cool tempers down so that men can sit at a table and talk as men. Yes, that's what Raila is trying to do. Because Raila knows pretty well that assuming they sit down at a table, then reason will prevail. And he knows pretty well that is the best candidate amongst all these OCA politicians. And he knows that should now common sense prevail, then the likes of Manstivo, Musalia Mudavadi, Wetangula, and also Gideon Moi will see some sense that is the best candidate. That's why Raila is trying to play it cool, saying that he has not even declared that he's in the race. Because now assuming Raila just says that I'm in the race and if you don't want, then you go, then he's most likely going to lose some support. But Raila, being a seasoned politician, he knows pretty well that in the event of a sober negotiation, then these principles are most likely to support him. Therefore, he's just trying to cool tempers down. And that's a very genius kind of politics. There is this man, Robert Greene, the author of the 48 Laws of Power. He puts it in his book, The 48 Laws of Power, that as a mad politician, you should always conceal your intention. Therefore, by Raila saying that he has not even declared, he's just trying to conceal his intention. And that's a genius kind of politics. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, you know, if you look at Kalonzo Musyoka, Musalia Mudavadi, Moses Wetangula, and Gideon Moi, I think what is bringing the problem here is just Kalonzo is now saying that if I support Raila Amolo Odinga, what am I going to get? The same to Musalia Mudavadi. Wetangula, to some extent, has no problem. Because, after all, Wetangula knows pretty well that he will get something in that government, not necessarily the top seats. But if you look at Kalonzo Musyoka, Kalonzo most likely wants some major big seat. If not the presidential candidate, then maybe Kalonzo can settle for maybe a number 2, something like that. And that's where the problem is. And also Musalia Mudavadi might have also been eyeing that. So every politician, be it Kalonzo, Mudavadi, everyone wants to raise his stature so that as they sit on the table, then maybe he can just benefit by being given a top position. That's what is causing problem, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why Raila is now bringing the BBI debate. He's bringing the BBI debate. And that's also a very, very clever move. Because BBI, ladies and gentlemen, you know, Kenya has been ruled by 2 communities for all these many years. And BBI was proposing some kind of a formula where the top politicians, or rather the top leaders in this country, can now sit together and share power at the top, which is not a bad thing, it's a good thing. Because if you look at somebody like Kalonzo Musyoka, if Kalonzo speaks, I know he represents a large section, or rather a large portion of the Kambas. When Kalonzo speaks, he's most definitely speaking for about 70% of the Kamba population. So when they share power, when Kalonzo is in the government, Kambas will feel represented. When Mudavadi is in government, maybe the Maragolis will feel represented. When Raila is in government, Raila supporters in Coast, Nyanza, and all over the country will also feel that they are part and parcel of the government. So according to Raila's calculation, Raila wants a formula where all these politicians will be accommodated. And that's the difference between this side of the handshake and this other side of the hustler. You know, when you look at the hustler side, you know, the hustler side, their politics has all along been about 2 communities. That they just want to exchange power between 2 communities. Even right now, as I talk, there is a very, very high possibility that as of now, William Ruto, in his mind, he might be thinking of a Kikuyu running mate. And assuming there was no handshake, ladies and gentlemen, then William Ruto could have just assumed presidency in 2022, and then his running mate would just be a Kikuyu candidate. And then upon William Ruto leaving maybe in 2032, then the Kikuyu candidate shall just assume power, and the circle would just continue that way. And that's why some of us, ladies and gentlemen, we really discourage such kind of politics. That's a kind of politics, exclusionist kind of politics. We want a kind of politics that everybody is brought to the table, and then everybody gets at least something. That's what we want. That's what we want. But having said that, you know, in Kenya again, you know, there are some politicians, you know, sometimes Kalonzo also appears to be somebody like a watermelon, and that's a tag that Kenyans know about Kalonzo Musyoka. Kalonzo Musyoka knows pretty well that if he disengages from this handshake team, then most likely he won't make it. He will not be president. He knows that. Because even on the other side, I'm not seeing a situation where William Ruto will drop his presidential ambition and to support Kalonzo Musyoka. It's not possible. So Kalonzo Musyoka, his only option is maybe just to work with this team of Raila Amolo Odinga. Same to Musalia Mudavadi. They must just swallow their pride and work with this team. And ladies and gentlemen, today, this morning, Charity Ngilu was being interviewed at Radio Citizen. And he made it very, very clear that all this Kalonzo, Musalia, Raila, all Gideon Wetangula, all these people, they are expecting an endorsement. Kalonzo is expecting an endorsement. Musalia is expecting an endorsement. Gideon, the same. So Ngilu was trying to insinuate that the best thing now is to go for the best candidate. The best candidate. Because now if you don't go for the best candidate, then the best candidate. And I really agree with Charity Ngilu. So stay tuned for that, our next video. We are really going to analyze that speech by Charity Ngilu properly. Well, some people assume that she was trying to attack Kalonzo Musyoka and also William Ruto. Stay tuned for we are working on that video. It's going to be our next upload, ladies and gentlemen. Otherwise, let me remind you that if you've bumped on this YouTube channel for the very first time, tap on the subscription button and also on the notification bell to receive a notification anytime we upload a new video. God bless you. God bless Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana.